You're here with Erica Salazar with the Power of L.O.S. So excited you're here.
Yes, I am. Hi, how are we doing today? Welcome. You woke up. You are here. Happy celebration. Happy anniversary. Happy. Just be happy. Right, Erica? Just be happy. And I love it. I'm so excited. It's been 2 weeks, too long. I am glad to be back to share my fantastic adventures and stories along the way. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to talk about my next topic, which, it's been crazy for me lately. And, what I'm going to talk about today, I hope this helps me. I hope this helps you. I'm just working on this every single day. My next step. Yes, my next step. Moving into the next step can be hard, especially if you are prone to self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is often driven by negative self-talk, where you tell yourself that you're inadequate or unworthy of success. You find yourself thinking things like, you can't do that. You don't deserve that. If you try, you'll probably just fail anyway. And procrastination. It's my life. I do this to myself constantly. And I know that I will be consistent with that. Especially if I disappoint myself. I had another epic fail, whatever. I failed. And as I mentioned before, I was taking my life insurance test, which I did not pass it. And that is okay because I can do it again, right? But in between doing it again, I have completely stopped studying, didn't want to look at the computer screen again, didn't want to think, didn't want to exercise, didn't want to do anything. And I just laid there and do nothing. Just be as common folks. Spending my time on the weekend, eating junk food, feeling like crap, not wanting to get up and do anything, have no energy. Once again, I feel depleted. These podcasts are pretty much my diary, my daily journal, my thoughts of situations, life experiences that happen to me, what I've been taught, how to get through them, what I've learned and read, and how to avoid it, not manifest it, not bring that energy in. And yet again, I do this because I was tested again, and it's just, yes, it is easier to be common, being mediocre. It feels comfortable. It's comfortable. It's no thoughts, no having to do anything, and just being the same as everyone else. And you fit in. You're not on this pedestal of higher expectations that, well, if Erica does it, then I'll do it. No, don't, because Erica self-sabotages herself. Erica falls back into the comfort zone of not giving a crap and just wants to give up, which I do all by myself. Now, I gave myself at least, 2 weeks too long to regain my bounce back. Because honestly, yeah, I could have bounced back right away and been like, right after failing my test, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to knock this out. And we're going to find out when I try to reschedule my test. Yeah, I can't even reschedule for the same amount. So now I have to call customer service and all this other nonsense to rebook my test. And I'm just like, okay, that's okay. I still have time to hurry up and get this crap done because this needs to get done. Because there's money, there's families that need to be helped, and big things are coming. And I am just pushing it back because I ask myself, and these are those questions you really do want to ask yourself. You want to make sure that this is like legit, because you could sabotage everything and be resisting and pushing back towards it. And I had to ask myself this, like, am I really ready to take this on? Am I really ready to? And I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I am. Heck, what's my next step? Like those questions I ask sitting here. I had no idea what I was going to talk about. I had no idea, like, once again, like, blah. Content's not flowing to me like it used to. What was I going to talk about? And, like, I would stare at a blank screen. I just really blinked out. I took myself from all the stuff that I'm focusing on and removed myself from it because I was just done. I can't think of anything at times to talk about. Then I remind myself of topics in my life. What am I going to share? Oh my goodness. These experiences in my life and with y'all, like, what's inspirational in Erica's life? Nothing. But then there's these struggles of my next step. What am I going to do? Because I know I can't stay down here. I know I can't. I just know there's nothing here when I'm in this state of awareness that I need to get my up and start getting back into my positive motivating habits and do what I got to do to succeed. So these podcasts are not to say, you got to do this way or blah, blah, blah. It's saying my life was like crap. I was mean and ugly to myself. I went back to school to help figure out what the hell is wrong with me. I want to change for the better. And how can I help others do the same? By hearing my story. And that's how I dove deeper into my awakening. And I am glad I'm here. It's just this is Erica's experience of life and what I do to myself as a human, as ego, as 3D vibrations, worry, shame, like telling people my business because I am private. I'm a very private person, but going through my life, I could help others get through theirs. And I am thankful to be able to see people that I have helped inspire. I think that's such a blessing. I'm not going to be like brag about it because they did all the hard work themselves. But it just feels good that I see that maybe I am helping somebody change their lives or inspire them or motivate them to want to be their better selves, their better versions of themselves. They go day in and day out with their own selves to change because they know what they've done in the past is not helping them. And that's why we get in the positions that we are at. If you're not happy with where you're at, if you're not satisfied, then we're never going to be satisfied. We're freaking spoiled little picky brats that always want more. So true. As we stay in our comfort zone. But that's not how life works. Everything, everyone is always changing. Even when we want it to all stay the same, it never will for very long. I heard a story, oh my goodness, it was awesome story on YouTube by Joyce Meyer, and she talks about a husband store. If you go listen to it, and she explains it so well. I'm just going to give a quick little detailed summary of it. So there were 6 floors in this husband store, and it had really good floors to choose your husband from. And so each level, it just got better and got better and got better. But the majority of women wanted more and wanted more and wanted more and wanted more, as us women are hard to please. And then the men had a wife store and had the same amount of 6 floors, and the men were satisfied at the 2nd or 3rd floor because they heard what they needed, they got what they wanted, and that's it. Oh my goodness. Listen to that quick video. It's funny. It makes me think how when I go into my next step, when I overanalyze, I overthink, I don't know why my brain just constantly just blah, 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 talking over and over to itself in my reactions. And I'm like, holy crap, I'm having this conversation in my head and I'm reacting to it out loud, animated on my face. So it's so crazy. Like Joe Dispenza talks about it in our bodies and emotions, energy plus motion, connection with our brains. And sometimes my brain doesn't function very well because I can touch something hot and it will take a second or two for it to say, oh, that one burned. Oh my goodness. So these podcasts are to share my experiences that I can't keep it bottled up. I'm still not going to a therapist yet. That is on the list to do, or to-do list, potato, as I am very grateful that we have podcasts, that I have this available to us crazies that need to express a lot of our thoughts, feelings, teachings, and emotions on certain topics. And these topics, contents, are my daily life adventures. I met a very interesting young man at a bar I went to after watching the Cowboys preseason game at the AT&T Stadium. And, it was like 2 weeks ago. So they played against the Seattle Seahawks. Super excited to live near the stadium. So that's fun, but traffic is not. Which I stay on the opposite side, so I'm pretty good. We went to the bar after the game, and a young guy sat next to me at the bar, and I was like, hi, how are you? I don't know. Dating is insane right now. So the guy was like, I want to take care of you and you can stay at home and not have to work. I want you to cook and clean for me. I was like, what the hell? I want the same thing. I want someone to cook and clean for me too. And I need an assistant. And all I can think was, are you serious? Like, this is still a thing? Talking about his money, talking about how he can provide for me. And I was just like, yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you. Like, no. Those are all huge red flags. We got some healing to do, is what I'm thinking, trying not to judge. Because he was just boasting. Maybe wanting validation. Maybe looking for some girl that is naive, trying to find a naive, young, ignorant girl and seeing if they're gold diggers, seeing if that's something that they want. Because there are so many beautiful ladies, girls out there. But you don't know me, first of all. Thank you very much for calling me beautiful. I appreciate that. I love it. It's very hard for me to take compliments from everybody. Like, you don't understand what these thoughts have in my brain, and what it sees and what it's heard growing up. So it definitely healing. So compliments are very hard for me. I take them in as I'm working on receiving those compliments with gratitude, but I want them to be genuine. I love it when I hear compliments from women, ladies, girls, even young boys. It's innocent and truth. While I appreciate those kind words from people who express those thoughts and share them with me and others, then he wanted to take me to the fanciest restaurant and get to know me. But even trying to give it a try, I was like, okay, I'll be nice. Oh, let's see. So texting, I wasn't texting fast enough. I was like, oh my goodness, like, that's the third red flag. Like, why? Don't even waste your time. Like, stop. I hate this because guys would always say, oh my God, you're so beautiful. I want to take care of you. I have this and I have that. And I would just laugh. And he was like, why are you laughing? Why do you laugh when I say you're beautiful? Why are you laughing at me? And it's so funny because it always takes me back. I think I've mentioned this before. So I was like, asked him a question, like, have you ever seen Joker, the movie, the new one? So, the part where he's on the bus and he pulls out his card and it says, I have a laughter condition, right? So according to the Mayo Clinic, pseudobulbar effect, PBA, is a condition that characterized by episodes of sudden, uncontrollable, and inappropriate laughing or crying. And I mean, this is serious, condition for a lot of people. And at times I feel like that's me. And I love that movie. I can relate to that character as far as being beaten down by life and others that have come into, our lives that can destroy us if we allow it in. Of course, the killings or murder scenes are not what I'm referring to just observing the character and how he was treated in the movie. Because I have this weird laughter that is how I express my emotions. It's just through laughter, my awkward laughs, uncomfortable laughs. Or even when you freaking make me laugh like really hard. I get puns, I get corny jokes, laughing at the fact that our minds and our thoughts went to a specific topic. A thought that a joke is hilarious. There's my laugh on, I can't believe you just said that, laughter. I mean, I got all kinds of, I've got a polite laughter, that wasn't funny, but I'm going to have a nice laugh to not make you feel so bad. I don't know what to call it, but I have a lot. And many people get offended from me laughing because to them, it's not funny. It's a serious situation, a serious, whatever's going on. And to me, I don't know of another way to express my emotions, but to only laugh out of what the heck do I do? Stand here awkwardly in silence? And I don't like it. It's uncomfortable. My body needs to move around and it just, So that bolt of energy in my tummy to laugh, I watch people's expressions, I observe, and I'm like, oh, crap, that's messed up. Like, that wasn't nice. So just trying to avoid hurting people's feelings. Because even when I'm not paying attention to what I'm saying, I'm obviously always hurting people's feelings, no matter what. And it's annoying. It really is annoying. I don't want to tiptoe around, watch what I say, because a Karen or a Ken can come out, because it triggers them. And I like to express myself. I'm military. I don't give a crap. For instance, you're an athlete. You better walk that crap off, dry up those tears. If you do need to go cry it out. But it's back in the game, and I've allowed myself 2 weeks too long to get out of commission. I got to get back in the game. I did study. I got an extension to September 20th, but I don't want to procrastinate. I can't wait any longer. Learning how bad my procrastination is, learning how bad my anxiety is from getting overwhelmed and just having so much on my plate that I shut down. I literally will shut down, as I did. And I'm just I don't want to deal with any of it. Get out of my face. Leave me alone. I get it. I get those people. I watched a show on Amazon. Oh, it was a while ago. I maybe mentioned this in my other podcast too. A lot of stuff repeating. It was called, it's on Amazon Prime, Modern Love. And it was with Anne Hathaway, and she's bipolar. And she would get super, super hyper and have all these hyper days, getting all this stuff done and proactive and just knock everything out. And it would just take all that energy from her. And then she would go into a deep depression and just stay in bed, not talk to anybody, and just stay there and just be disconnected. And it would be a cycle. And it was continuing. And of course, she had her medication, or she wasn't taking her medication because she felt so good that she could do without the medication, or the medication made her feel this way or that way. And don't get me wrong, we need help. I don't care for that medication, but medication is going to help you as you slowly taper off those medications. And that's what the doctor will do. You just slowly taper off of it so you are not dependent on it. Let's get you in a good state of mind. Let's get you in a good feel-good energy. Let's get those chemicals going and flowing. Let's get you eating healthy. Let's get you exercising. Let's get your body moving. Let's get the oxygen throughout your body and your breathing. That's really going to be your biggest healer. And that's life, right? Breath. It's life. And that's what we need. And we don't think about it because it's just in our bodies naturally, just flowing. We need to come back in. And I had an experience with my daughter's friend who we took to a 16. And we just got off, and she had just got off of work. And my daughter told her, we're going to a party, get dressed. We didn't know how to dress. We didn't know what it was like. My daughter's friend dresses like, just t-shirt and baggy pants and like rock star, just gothic. So yeah, it's just casual. Okay, cool. We've been to a 16 casuals before. No, this was not casual. This was very fancy Nancy, and beautiful. And we were out of dress code, which we did not dress fancy for this one. And that's not my style. I dress to impress, especially if I get to impress. And I didn't get to impress that night because I didn't know. But I did dress a little differently. Of course, we stood out. Well, then my daughter's friend had a social anxiety attack and rushed into the bathroom as I was finishing up washing my hands. And I was like, "Are you okay?" She was sweating and she said she didn't know where we were going and that there was going to be this many people. She didn't know what was going on. That my daughter just told her to get dressed and we were going to a party. Like, yeah, okay. For me, thank goodness, I don't have social anxiety because I've been surrounded by these large social events my whole life. I didn't have anxiety as far as going to parties. As I'm learning to handle my own panic attacks and watching others handle those situations, like, okay, breathe, slowly, calm down. Let's get you some water, and it matched her energy. But I didn't go into that panic mode with her. So I just stood there calmly. I wasn't feeling anxious or anxiety rushing through. I didn't feel that energy coming from her. I was hoping my energy of staying calm was just letting her know that I was there and she was around somebody familiar. She was safe and it's okay. We're all in it together. None of us were dressed up or anything like that. Then she slowly calmed down. She's catching her breath and saw that she was fine. She saw that she was safe. She saw that no one was attacking her, and that helped. Because I don't know. I mean, dealing with my own struggling with my own anxiety, panic attacks, when I feel restricted or claustrophobic and my breath, all I can do is just take it in and relax and tell myself I am safe. Nobody is here to hurt me. Nobody's going to do anything to me. I'm okay. This is temporary, right? And that's where the fear comes. We feel unsafe or uncomfortable. When we're not in our normal environment, you see people talking or you see them staring at you, judging you, which can trigger emotions that are very overwhelming, and you don't know how to express them. When you become part of my family and you're around our family, we're going to take you places. And these places may not be in your norm, or we might be like, hey, this is something that you might be interested in. Can I invite you to it? And I have different groups of friends, and I think we all need different groups of friends. We all have different personalities inside of ourselves. We have our younger versions. We're in two different hobbies and stuff, and you want to still create with those people and be involved in that type of community if that's a passion you have within. So whatever it is, I just want you to find that within yourself as I'm finding mine. As I continue to create in my acting, as I find my creativity side with writing and talking and expressing my voice and sharing it. The love that I have to constantly remind myself how to do it, how to love, how to open my heart chakra, and give love so I can receive love, so I can feel love knowing I am love. Because I know I am one with God and universe and others, with you. We're all connected, and I love it. And I love that word. And love is just a word until you take action and make it a verb. So beautiful. So fall is coming and winter will be right around the corner, and next year will be here. So with fall coming and making my next step is being licensed with my life insurance, selling, getting fit, getting my health program done. That's 120 days disappearing. It's pretty much disappearing. I must disappear for the fall, winter season. Not for my podcast, of course. I mean, I'm going to keep everybody informed. Not again. I can't leave that again. My podcasts are my daily journals of my progress, of where my life is from, like, for instance, last year, talking to my podcast, coming back since last June and still doing this constantly, consistently. And it sucks because I've been gone for 2 weeks, but I'm trying to stay consistent, trying to stay on my Wednesdays. So my next step is going to be making sure I am accountable. And that's something that these podcasts help me to be. Like, okay, Erica, you said this. We got to do this. So I must align it on my roadmap. It's on the game plan. Let's go. As I just hope you do that too. You make a plan. You plan out your roadmap, your next step, your goals, and how you're going to achieve them. What you're going to do to achieve them. And go on to your next journey. It never stops. Like once we get to one destination, there's another destination. We have to map it out and do it again. So you're always on your next step and the next step of accomplishing what you're striving for, what your passion is. If that's something you want to stay focused on, and one thing at a time. And I was trying to do the health program. I was trying to study, working on my podcast, writing, create. I was trying to eat good, exercise, and it was just a lot for me. It was a lot. And I only had a certain amount of time to do my own thing in the mornings where I could only focus on what Erica enjoys, but work, life, other priorities would get in the way. Full of excuses, holding me back. So I said, I'm going to do the opposite. Because that's what I love to do, is the opposite of what I know I'm supposed to do. And a lot of us do that. We know what we're supposed to do. We always live in that supposed to lifestyle. Supposed to lifestyle. Oh yeah, I was supposed to do this, but I did this. Oh yeah, I was supposed to do that, but this came up and I did this instead, but then, you're always like playing the victim. Oh my goodness, why is my life so crappy when it's supposed to be better? And so I just want y'all to know my story is I can relate. I can relate to so many of this. And that's what I mean. If you can relate to my stories, like holy cracker jacks, you can change your life. And if you've already changed your life and you're just loving it, share with people who are ready to change their lives for others that need to hear this. Maybe just have that little nugget, that little seed planted inside of them. Oh, well, I've heard this before. And then something else pops up. Oh, wow, that sounds familiar. I've heard that before. And then it's kind of like awakens them up, but then we got to be the example. We got to actually do it. We got to take that action step into being an athlete. Like we fall down, we get up. It hurts. As I've literally beaten myself up, cuts and bruises, blood, sabotaging myself. Because I'll tell myself, I'll screw this up. I'm not getting my way. I'm just going to throw it in the towel and quit. And when I did that, when I saw myself, how selfish I was very upset and disappointed at my own self. But I couldn't go back. I could, but my pride was so high that I was like, no. Oh, yeah, right. They're not going to get me. I'm not going back. And I went down a rabbit hole. A bad rabbit hole. I spiraled, and I see that in a lot of us. And I've done it to myself. And like in my last podcast, I was talking about we like to burn ourselves. Even when they say, don't touch the fire, you're going to get burned. We do it anyway. But thanks to God, He heals us. And we can heal ourselves when we believe and we have faith that we are going to be healed and we love ourselves because we're forgiving ourselves. And when we open up our heart chakra, That's something that we gotta be able to do, is heal that past, heal those worries. God forgives whatever is holding us back. We're already forgiven. So we can move forward. So we can take that next step into the power of L.O.S, love of self, baby. I love y'all guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. Man, 2 weeks. Look at that. I got 30 minutes in. That's like half of my week. This was a lot of fun expressions, a lot of what I'm going through. It's hard when I get into that state of like, I have so much on my plate and I just shut down. I don't give in to anything. I remove myself from so much, and it's a downhill spiral, and I don't like it. So your next step, I have my stuff. I'm writing my stuff down. All right, what's going to be the first step? Let's get these podcasts down. Let's write some more content. We need additional content that I have ready to go for Wednesdays. I've recorded them and they're ready to, submit and post and broadcast it. And I hope this helps you. You're not alone in these struggles. This is stuff all of us go through. It gets hard, and, talk to somebody, reach out. I have friends that I go to and I talk to them, get their experiences, their opinions, how they're doing, and it feels good. So surround yourself by that. I love you all. Thank you so much. You're here. You're listening. Thank you for all your love and support. This is going to continue. We're going to get better, Erica. You're going to get better. Y'all are going to get better at whatever you're trying to succeed at. You can do it. Don't give up. Every day I tell myself, don't give up, Erica. And I'm not. And you can't, and you won't, and you are trying to do this for you, whatever you're trying to succeed at. Like I said, I love you, love yourself, do those mirror exercises, help somebody do those mirror exercises, give somebody a big hug today, get a big hug today for yourself. I love you all. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, more stories to come from Erica's crazy life. And y'all have a good one. Oh God, it just like choked. God bless, and a namaste.